So I had a bit of a shock the other day. I was out doing some normal flights with my drone and catching some really nice footage of the boat over at Diamond Key in Joost van Dyke in the British Virgin Islands. It's a spectacular backdrop and the site we selected to film the start of a new series called A Day in the Life of. So I was there with my 2 friends, and this is our 3 boats all sitting lined up in the anchorage. Now I was flying for almost 15 minutes, and I was flying between the altitudes of 100 to 300 feet maximum, well within the designated restricted area that I'm supposed to fly under of 500 feet, which is in the FAA proposed regulations. Now I was flying very safely and courteously and just collecting footage for some aerial video scenes that I use in my videos, as you know. Now luckily I had just wrapped up my flight and was downstairs reviewing the footage. Now that's when I got a hell of a shock when a low-flying helicopter buzzed the anchorage and went right over the top of my boat. Now this particular shot is not the same pass. This was their final pass as they took off and went across the boat again on the same trajectory. Now I'm very dialed into listening to helicopters. I've always loved them. I always want to see who it is, if I recognize the chopper, so when I hear one I immediately come out to see. But this particular time it came out from behind the hill so fast and at such high speed that by the time I heard the sound of the chopper, it was only a couple of seconds it was on top of me. I immediately grabbed my camera, which I always have at hand, and I was in the cockpit within a few more seconds, and it was already long past and in a high banking turn over Little Joost at about 300 to 400 feet. Now what shocked me was on their first pass, they came in at what I'd estimate about 150 feet off the water and doing no less than 60 knots and went straight over the top of our 3 boats. Now I want you to look at this scene again, and you see as I back up with the drone and we come back away from the 3 boats, and you see this one down on the bottom right, that's my friend Margaret's boat. And then we go back to this shot and you'll see it flies right down our bow at low altitude and right across the same airspace we were just flying that last shot with the drone. As we zoom back, you can see there's Margaret's boat again right there. Same thing here, only minutes before we were flying over towards Little Joost, and I've got onboard telemetry with the drone that tells me its height and speed, and I was flying at about 80 meters or just under 300 feet, like 280 feet. So again, as you look at these scenes and see Little Joost Hill in the background, and then we shift to the other scene of the helicopter coming in on his final pass, and you see we were sharing the exact same airspace again. Now I've been coming to this bay and anchoring for 10 years in exactly the same spot, and I've never seen a helicopter come in and land here before. Now in talking to the people over Foxy's Taboo, I guess they're saying that now it's a common occurrence. They do sightseeing tours out of here over the past year or so. Now I certainly don't have a problem with that. I think that's great actually. But if they're authorized to fly at high speeds at low altitudes below the 500 feet window, and the only place I'm authorized to fly is up to 500 feet, then we have a potential problem if aircraft pilots continue to enter low-altitude airspace at high speed without giving the advance warning of a higher altitude low-speed pass to warn any potential drone pilots on the ground that they are entering the airspace. I'm sure this may draw some criticism, but I can assure you my intention here is the preservation and safe operation of all aircraft in our airspace, and drones are here to stay. So this needs to be addressed before any more close calls like this one that don't have a happy ending. So as always, I'll look forward to your feedback and opinions. And meantime, be smart, stay safe, and have a good day.